This is Hannah and Cailin, back again with Double Talk. I'm Hannah. And I'm Cailin. And we're here at the BMCC Performing Arts Center for the Tribeca premiere of The Best You Can.
Starring real-life couple Kyra Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon, The Best You Can follows a security guard and a urologist whose chance encounter blooms into something deeper. Directed by Michael J. Weithorn, the film is heartfelt, sharp, and hilarious, and it's Kevin and Kyra's first time sharing the screen in 20 years. We caught up with the duo and their castmates at the world premiere at the 2025 Tribeca Festival. Listen in.
They say, never work with your family. We are a family, we work together. You two, I feel like we're twins. We're twins. I feel like you two are a great case study against that theory, that you shouldn't work with your family. So what do you think is the secret to make it work?
I don't know. Do you guys love each other?
We have a blast, and if there's a problem, it gets resolved very quickly because we're family. It has to, yeah.
And I'd say that's the answer.
Yes,
it really
exactly.
is. And if you try to pretend that there is no problem, it ain't gonna work. You gotta roll up your sleeves and try to get in there.
Is there something about your dynamic that you really felt like you had to bring to these characters?
You know, we're really playing characters, that you will be familiar to you, but not because we are playing them.
That's the best case scenario.
Yeah, it was a really funny script. We laughed our asses off when we read it, and you know, I think it really is about the script more so even than working together, even though that was me.
That says a lot about the script.
Yeah.
Cool. In the spirit of the film, I'd love to hear, and I want to ask people this because I feel like this happens to me all the time. I feel like it's the story of my life. When was the last time you met somebody who you formed, either it was the scenario or the person or the situation, and you formed a connection that you just never could have expected? Do you have a story of that happening to you?
Yeah, my husband is standing right over there.
What's the story?
I laid eyes on him and I was like, I want one of those. And I physically just knew that this man was in my destiny. He was my destiny, I say that. And we met on a blue moon. Do you know what a blue moon is?
Yeah. Once in a blue moon relationship.
Yeah, but
literally.
You know what literally a blue moon is?
Yeah.
No,
There's a restaurant in our hometown that only opens on a blue moon, and it's like never open. It's like never open. One of the things that I like about this movie is the things that you can learn when you lose your bearings and when things don't go according to plan. Is there anything that comes to mind that you learned but you wouldn't have otherwise realized or learned if you hadn't, been thrown into something unexpected?
Yeah. I think it's a resiliency and that how our humanity, we all share that. It's quite topsy-turvy to our brains to understand. All you can do is ride the wave that is here. And it's not easy to do.
As an actor, so much of what we use is pain from what we've been through. So a lot of bad experiences come back. Like Nora Ephron used to say, everything is copy, use everything.
It really is, too.
It is. So there's always that. And sometimes rejection, I found, is the best thing that can happen to you as well, because it puts you in a place that even though you wanted to be in one place, you end up in another place that's better for you.
A long time ago, I was on an airplane with my husband at the time, and Kyra Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon were on the plane, and we weren't allowed to sit next to each other because of the marshal, the air marshal. And my husband had worked with Kyra a while ago, and they were so sweet, and we're like, why aren't you sitting together? And Kevin Bacon gave up his plane seat so we could sit together, which was really sweet, and I mentioned that to them when I worked with them.